we have yet another She-Hulk episode where Jennifer Walters and her She-Hulk persona are the least interesting part of the show. In the episode, Jennifer Walters is unimportant. Everyone likes the She-Hulk more. But as a member of the audience, I find the secondary storylines more interesting. Also, quick side note, they released Thor Love and Thunder on Disney Plus today, which is a little weird. I know fans and critics alike disliked the Thor film, so I don't know if maybe they think if you're enjoying the bad writing on She-Hulk that you'll like Thor. I guess that's not a bad guess. But I'm going to quickly talk about the She-Hulk-centric part of the episode and then get into the more interesting stuff. So basically in this episode, She-Hulk has to deal with online dating using an app called Matcher, which is basically Tinder. And she has a bad date as Jennifer, so she makes a She-Hulk profile. She gets a bunch of matches, goes on some bad dates, and then has a seemingly perfect date because after the guy who is a muscular doctor says that he wants to hear about her feelings and wants to share fries, that's all it takes for her to want to take him home. As an aside, I can say as a married man that I don't like sharing fries. Might be cute when you're dating, but at some point, I just decided to start getting her own fries. Because if she really doesn't want all of them, then you have even more fries for yourself, which is a win-win. But anyways, she takes him back to her place. It's implied that they do the deed, but the next morning she's made breakfast and fresh squeezed juice, but the guy sees her in her Jennifer Walters form and bails. And then she gets a notice of being sued by Titania for the trademark of She-Hulk. Fun fact, Mary McPherson, which is the version being portrayed in the show, was actually the second woman taking on the name Titania in the comics, with the original, a woman named Davida DeVito, having to change her name. So yeah, pretty boring stuff. I don't know exactly which run of She-Hulk inspired this show, but it definitely wasn't the savage or sensational She-Hulk because those stories were actually interesting. And if you'll allow me to take you back for a moment, remember when the MCU made movies that handled serious topics but were still fun and exciting? Remember Captain America and the Winter Soldier? When Steve Rogers learned that not only was his best friend still alive and had been turned into a brainwashed assassin, but the bad guys that he thought he defeated in World War II were not only still around, but in control of S.H.I.E.L.D. and had a hand on the wheel of the world government, causing Steve to question what had happened to the country and the freedom that he had been fighting for this entire time. Oh, but what's really compelling is watching Jennifer Walters endure the struggle of swiping left on Tinder, and at the same time trying to navigate the waters of being a Hulk while avoiding any of the trauma and hardship and backlash that her cousin Bruce faced. It's just so captivating. I mean, Jesus Christ, this stuff is ridiculous. Now, let's get to the real star of the show, who is Wong. And I have to say, it's weird that Wong is Sorcerer Supreme when Doctor Strange is alive, and it's also weird that he's appearing in more movies and shows. It's almost like they're trying to slowly push Doctor Strange out of the picture. It's either that, or Wong is just cheaper than Benedict Cumberbatch. But anyways, Wong has to deal with a third-rate magician who was a student at Kamar-Taj for 1 week and has been using a sling ring to send audience members into other dimensions. At first, Wong tries using the legal system with the aid of She-Hulk, but eventually the magician summons a bunch of small demons and he needs Wong's help to get rid of them, leading to the magician agreeing to stop performing magic. This magician's name, by the way, is Donnie Blaze. Now, this is Johnny Blaze, aka Ghost Rider. Not sure what Marvel is trying to do there. Perhaps this is just some weird cousin of Johnny's, like Ched is a cousin of Bruce and Jennifer. But Donnie Blaze comes to the attention of Wong and the She-Hulk after he sends a Valley Girl to an alternate dimension which contains goblins, a talking goat, and a demon named Jake that she made a pact with. As far as I know, there's not a specific mention of a demon named Jake in Marvel Comics, but I could be wrong. Also, I don't know what these dimensions that he summoned are. Having a dimension with demons and goblins and talking goats really doesn't narrow it down, believe it or not. But there you go. This is basically Wong's show now. Let me know what you thought in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video, I'd appreciate it if you hit that like button and subscribe to my channel. I'll see y'all next time. Bye.